Welcome to Full Body Yoga Stretch. My name is Leslie, and begin sitting. Start to sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Placing your fingers or your palms on the earth will help to connect and ground you a little bit more, finding that stability beneath you. When we work on our flexibility, it is so important to have just as much stability in each posture. We're going to practice sthira and sukham, steadiness and ease. Bring your hands together. May you enjoy your practice today, finding your personal stability by practicing flexibility. And then we'll make our way onto hands and knees and right into child's pose. Stretching the arms ahead, not active, just kind of a little bit active. Maybe if you can walk your hands forward, you can take your knees closer together or wider apart. And now just focus in on your breath. Nice, steady and smooth inhales and exhales. Take a breath in. Lift your hands and walk your fingertips over to your right. Placing the left hand on top of the right if you'd like more of a stretch in the side body. And just breathe into the space that you've just created in the left side. And then inhale, walking hands to center. And exhale, pausing. Now sweep your hands to your low back, hook your thumbs or interlace your fingers. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to lift your fingertips, your hands toward the sky, and then turn your head from side to side. Keep a little bend in those elbow joints so they don't lock. You don't want to overdo it. Releasing, reaching arms forward again. Inhale, creating some length. And now exhale, walking the hands to the left, hips shifting slightly to the right. And then if you put your right hand on top of the left, you might feel a little more stretch in the right side body as you breathe into that nice side stretch. Relax around your shoulders and relax your jaw. Inhaling to center. Exhale, sweep the hands back again, hook the other thumb or other pinky on top, and take a breath in as you roll the shoulder heads away from the earth. Begin to lift your knuckles toward the sky. And take a few long breaths here, just loosening up the shoulders a little bit, where they like to hold tension for many of us. Releasing here and reaching arms forward again. Arms, shoulders distance, spread your fingers. And up onto the knees, tuck the toes for downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Begin to bicycle your legs. If there are any other movements you like to do in your first down dog, do those so they feel good in your body. Bending both knees, stretching back, and then settling into down dog, firming the legs if you can. Otherwise, keep a little bend in the knees. You know, it never matters how deep you get into a stretch. It just matters that you feel your body moving. Now walk your feet as wide as the mat and your hands as wide as the mat. I like to grab onto the sides of the mat. It helps me feel more stable. If you have any tightness in your hamstrings, this can really help to get in there a little bit more. And if you have tightness in the shoulders, same thing. So just breathing into this little bit deeper stretch, and then walk your hands back to shoulders distance, feet hips width. Exhale everything out, bend the knees and walk your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and fold as you exhale. Press through the feet and inhale to rise up, and exhale for Samastitihi. Take Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach, and fold on your exhale. Come halfway up as you inhale. As you exhale, step back just with the right leg and take the right knee down. And inhale, reach your arms toward the sky, arrow straight arms. Make sure the left knee's over the ankle. Then interlacing fingers, face your palms up to the sky. But soften around the neck. firming your muscles in the arms without locking the elbows. Releasing the hands down and plank pose. Knees can be up or down always. Shift forward about an inch, slowly lower to your belly, exhale. Hands by low ribs, press all 10 toenails down and peel the chest up for a little baby cobra. And then release, tucking toes, knees up or down, big breath in, exhale to plank, and lift your hips back into down dog. Right leg up on your inhale. As you exhale, step it up by the right hand, taking the left knee down, and you can pat up that knee if it feels too uncomfortable on the ground. Reach up through arrow straight arms, lengthening through your lower back. And then interlace the other pinky in the front and turn your palms to face the sky. Soften around the neck and breathe. Remember those steady inhales and exhales. So important. Releasing the hands and stepping the back foot all the way to the front. Inhale, lengthen, fold, exhale. Press through the feet and inhale, look up, lengthen, and exhale. Back to Tadasana. Inhale again to reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hip creases and fold forward. As you inhale, come halfway up and lengthen. On your exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Right knee is over the ankle. Inhale, your arms up as you sink forward. Pull your belly in, lengthen through the lower back. Now, take your arms out to shoulder height and turn your torso to the long side of the mat. See if you can keep your hips level. Then lean forward, bend your left elbow, make a fist, and wrap your fist with your right hands. Still pulling the right hip back and lifting the left hip away from the mat. Releasing, and now we'll straighten out the front leg and fold for half Hanumanasana, half splits. If some of you want to go into your full split here, you're more than welcome. Really just depends how it feels. Now we'll come back to plank. And then slowly lower, have everything touch at once onto the floor. Knees can always come down first. Inhale for cobra, low or a high one, your choice. And then exhale and lower. Tucking the toes, knees up or down, big breath in. Exhale, press to plank, and lift the hips for down dog. Left leg up on your inhale. As you exhale, step it up by the left hand and take the right knee to the earth. Pat it up if you need padding. Reach up through arrow straight arms, but soften around the neck, lengthening through your lower back, pulling your low belly in. Now arms out to shoulder height, turn your torso to the long side of the mat. Try and keep your shoulders above the hips. Now lean forward, make a fist with your right hand and wrap it with the left. So you can kind of press the left hand down into the fist and use your intercostal muscles, your side abs to turn and your twist a little bit deeper. But pull the left hip back. Release. Straightening the front leg, lengthen, inhale, folding, exhale for half splits. Make sure to firm your quadricep muscles on the top of the thigh as you're stretching your hamstring muscles, the ones on the back part of your thigh. Then rebend that knee and step to plank. Holding plank a moment and then lift to downward facing dog. And inhale, right leg lifts, and exhale for pigeon pose. Now, as always, if pigeon pose doesn't feel right on your knee, come onto your back, take this figure 4 instead, because there is no knee stretch in yoga, so don't fall into that. So lengthen as you inhale. We'll stay up for a moment. Make sure your hips are level. You can stay up as long as you like, or come to your forearms, or extend all the way down, whatever works. Now breathe into that right hip. When you practice your yoga, you can practice living and breathing and acting from a place of compassion with yourself. And when you do that on your mat, it translates to those around you. Inhale, make your way up. So there is an option to bend the back knee and reach for the foot. And another option to draw that heel in toward the outside of the hip. The right hand is down just in front of the right knee to the inside of it, squaring the hips and shoulders toward the front of the mat if you're taking this option. Now release it, rolling onto your right hip. Swing the left leg all the way around to the outside of the right leg. Option to extend the right leg if keeping it bent is a little too intense. And then we're going to take a twist, left hand behind, right arm up and across. Ardha Matsyendrasana. As you inhale, lengthen, lengthen tall. As you exhale, twist. There's an option to reach that right hand for the foot, or my favorite option is to clasp my hands between the little space between both legs. And keep rolling that left shoulder open as you're twisting. Turning from your rib cage and your chest, and maybe even turning your chin toward your left shoulder. Unwind that, and now we're going to take the left knee on top of the right knee, but if that's too much, you'll extend the right leg forward instead. This is Gomukhasana legs, knee on top of knee, and then we'll do the arms. Right arm up, turn that tricep in toward your face, left hand behind to clasp hands, or you can hold on to your clothing and roll your left shoulder back. Pull your front ribs in. Stay sitting upright is beautifully perfect. Or if you want to make it a little more intense for yourself today, you can hinge from your hip creases and start to lean forward over the legs. Now your knee may not be on top of the other knee, and that is fine. When you feel the stretch, you know you're getting more and more flexible. And slow is real. I know that for a fact from my own practice. Inhale, come up. And then we'll lean forward, step or float to chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. Left leg up, inhale. As you exhale, we'll bring that one into pigeon. So even if the first knee didn't hurt, but this left one does, still roll onto your back. Make sure you flex that left ankle if you're taking the variation. And then sit up nice and tall for a moment, lifting your pelvic floor, lifting your belly. Make sure the right leg's straight back behind you. And your hips are level. You can stay up the whole time or make your way down any amount. When you live your life with compassion, it may mean compromise. You might need to compromise when you are a compassionate person, and that can bring up some fear of losing yourself. But when you really come from a place of compassion and understanding, there is no fear. You can keep yourself. Inhale to come up. Now, bending the back knee is an option. You can reach for the foot and hold it, or you can draw the foot in with your fingertips facing front and your elbow pointed back. Square up your hips and shoulders to the front of the mat if you're doing this one. And again, keep lifting the low belly and the pelvic floor for stability. Gotta have that stability before we move into our flexibility. Let's release that. Roll on to the left hip as you swing the right leg around and across the outside of the left thigh. If that's too much, straighten out the left leg. Bring your right hand behind you, left arm up on your inhale, get length, and exhale, take it across and twist. And then the option to take the hand to the big toe side of the foot, or clasping underneath the leg and holding, or don't do either of those. Just stay with the other variation. These are just all choices. Remember, as you inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, roll your right shoulder back. Maybe turn the chin toward the shoulder, using those intercostal muscles, again, those side abs to twist you. Look back to center, inhale. So you've got knee on top of knee. You can keep that or extend the left leg. And remember, like I said before, the knee may not be right on top of the knee. Left arm up and turn that tricep in towards your face. And then the right arm comes behind, rolling your right shoulder back as you hold your hands or a strap, or you hold your clothing. Sitting up nice and tall, widen through the chest. And then if you'd like to intensify it, you can hinge from the hips to come forward. Again, just another option. And with these different variations, keep in mind that sometimes, even when you can go into the deepest expression of the pose, doesn't mean that you always should. You must listen to your body. Come on up, inhale. We'll make our way back into plank, exhale. And take a breath in, chaturanga as you exhale, all the way to the floor. And then we'll bring the hands and interlace or hook thumbs at the low back. Pull the belly in, roll the shoulders away, and lift into Shavasana. Legs are about hip socket distance apart. Inner thighs are spinning up. Lengthen your lower back, sitting bones toward heels. And breathe. Breathe right into the heart center. And then relax. Now we'll do one more. Hooking the thumbs, the other thumb or the other pinky on top. Pull the belly in, press the pubic bone down gently, and lift. Keep the back of your neck long and breathe here. Firming the legs. If you are interlacing, remember, or even hooking thumbs, remember to soften the elbows a little bit. And then let it all go and just relax. You can do another Shavasana with your arms by your sides, or bend the knees, taking the little toe sides of your feet and lifting to Dhanurasana. So same actions. Belly lifts, pubic bone presses down, lengthen sitting bones toward backs of knees, inner thighs lift toward the sky, and try to keep your knees no wider than your hips. And then let it go. Up dog on your inhale, or cobra. And down dog as you exhale. Breathing here. And then a child's pose rest. And then take your hands to your low back and give yourself a little back massage with your hands. Your low back, your mid back, your hips, whatever feels nice. Now we'll sit up, take the hips off to one side, extend the legs out in front. Press your heels down, pull your toes back, reach up with the arms, inhale, hinge with your hip creases, and exhale forward. Hold your legs, hold the mat, hold your feet, use a strap, whatever you like. We want to get into the lower back as well with this one. So if your hamstrings are kind of tight, you can bend your knees so you can get a good low back stretch. And then you can play with maybe straightening them a little bit and then bending them a little bit so you can stretch out the hamstrings as well. Head up, inhale, and release. Lowering yourself carefully onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Now extend the legs out for Shavasana. It'll be a brief one today. So get comfortable here. Relax the muscles in your face. Natural breathing. Our quote is from Lhasa. Nothing in the world is more flexible and yielding than water. Yet when it attacks the firm and the strong, none can withstand it. And because they have no way to change it. So the flexible overcome the adamant, the yielding overcome the forceful. Quiet mind and body. Shavasana was very brief today. So start to make your movements. Nice long stretch overhead. Bend your knees, roll off to your right side, and honor yourself for taking your practice today. Nice work. Sitting tall with the hands together, hands to your forehead, reminding you to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart, reminding you to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to your mouth, reminding you to have clear and loving communication, sending positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. When you have strong core muscles, your body feels great. No more back pain. I've created a special class just for you so that you can strengthen yours. There's a link below, or it's pinned at the top of the comments. If you enjoyed today's class, you will love this class as well. And give this a try.